I mean, I smoked a full bowl of keef before you guys got here. So
Damn, going for it.
yeah,
Love it.
yeah. Well, I mean, I had just gotten done working out, and it was like, you know, you gotta have that post-workout marijuana, because that is really good for the body. You know, it's good. It's good for the cells. Yeah.
Is it?
The CBD and the THC, and they go in and they get into the riboflavin in the cell.
Riboflavin? Isn't that in fucking cornflakes? Pretty sure that's a main ingredient in cornflakes.
Pretty sure it is.
I'm pretty sure remember reading the side of the cornflakes being like, what the fuck is riboflavin? But it's for the THC and the
what
CBD
am I trying to say?
now.
Ribosomes? It's a ribosome.
Ribosome? I
I think that's an organ.
Yeah,
in
no,
the
that
cell.
sounds right.
That sounds
Do you remember
biology.
like life science where you're like, oh, this is all the shit in the cell? Like, there's a bunch of stuff in there. There's a nucleus.
I remember the class. I don't remember so much about what was being said, but I
Yeah.
remember the class for sure.
What was your life science teacher like?
It was just the science teacher. I mean, yeah, he was cool.
He was a cool guy.
Yeah, he was legit.
Oh, dude, I had the last year I took science was 10th grade.
Okay.
And it was because I had just the fucking creepiest dude.
Oh, really?
Like, he drove a Bronco 2.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
What's wrong with the Bronco 2?
Bronco 2, strike one. Like, that was like one of the worst
Dude,
vehicles ever made.
I drove my Bronco 2 here today. I was going
No,
to
you
show it
didn't.
off to you.
No, you
I just,
didn't.
I just
No, you
traded the
didn't.
CRV
No, you
in for
didn't.
it.
I thought I heard you pull up. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I traded
Go
in the
fuck
fucking
yourself.
the CRV,
Go
got
fuck
myself a
yourself,
brand new
sir.
old Bronco 2. It's brand new, but it's also old.
He drove a brown Bronco 2, which just
Was it like a ship brown? I feel
Yeah.
like that year,
Yeah, the
a
tan,
brown.
the beige or whatever.
88 Bronco 2, just with that little fucker. Like, they're so narrow that if you just turn it a little bit at any speed, you're going over.
Okay.
One of those.
Yeah.
And he was just the creepiest motherfucker
Yeah, dude.
ever. Like, if there was any teacher that you would suspect to be like the touchy,
Oh, he was
teacher,
that low.
He was the
like,
diddler?
He seemed like he could be a diddler. Like, he had that air, but he had the diddler's air.
Yeah.
I remember one year we lost a PE coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the middle of the year.
Right.
And it wasn't until summer that we found out, like,
He was.
apparently somebody got or there was a report or something.
man.
We had a guy. He would watch us. I remember,
Really?
like, he would fucking open it because his door.
Right.
His office was like right off the locker room, so he would open his door and he would have a straight shot right into the shower.
Oh, my God, dude.
Like,
First of all, problem number one, why is your office right by the shower?
it's
really.
not.
It should've been-
It wasn't. It was across.
Oh, but it was like a hallway or
It
something.
was just no. It was like an open locker room.
Okay.
So like his office was just. It was just in direct line directly across the room, like the entrance to the shower room.
Wow.
So he'd just watch dudes fucking walking in and out with just swords blazing, you know.
Why were swords blazing? What the
Because-
fuck? It's a locker room.
PE was lit, dude.
No, it wasn't pee. It was he would open his door for for wrestling and swimming when
Okay.
because wrestling and swimming would get out at the same time.
Those were the hot boys.
That's
Those
what we
were
like.
the hot boys.
That's
The
who we had
wrestling and the
access to.
swimming boys,
That's
yeah.
who we had access
He knew what he was
to.
doing.
Yep.
Those were by far the most less body fat. The most less body fat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The most less.
I don't know. Swimmers.
It's probably a better way to say that.
Swimmers are
but
kind of pudgy though. Like swimmers can have like a little bit of a middle.
They shouldn't.
They should. Well, I mean,
you
not
seen Michael Phelps?
Not everybody's Michael Phelps. Okay.
They should be.
Well,
What the fuck are they doing swimming if
All
they're
right.
not Michael Phelps?
all right.
Right.
I'm just saying, you can be kind of chubby. You will be a little husky and be a good swimmer.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
Absolutely not.
Just a little.
This is the dumbest thing you've
Just
ever
a,
said.
Just a little.
You say so much dumb shit, and somehow
It
that's
adds
you're like,
to your
this one
buoyancy.
tops
It's
it. This is
buoyancy, buddy.
you don't need fucking buoyancy.
You need buoyancy.
No, you need aerodynamics through that fucking water, like a goddamn
Is that what it
dart,
is?
bro.
Is that what it
Yes.
is?
Have you
I
never
mean-
watched fucking swimming?
No.
Fucking see the dad
Swimmers'
things.
bods are usually pretty packing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like 6-packing.
oh yeah,
If that,
no,
if
just,
that makes sense.
Just fucking ripped.
It's unbelievable.
If you want to go further,
I stand corrected.
water polo.
That's a hard ass sport.
Those
Those guys tread water the whole fucking time.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
years, I thought they were just like in a pool.
Yeah.
It was
No.
like-
No.
it's got
No.
like a
There's
little
no,
leg.
no,
Yeah.
buddy. They're treading fucking water.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
it's such a better sport when you realize
Right?
that they're not standing on something.
It's so crazy. And you see him jump, you're like, oh, he jumped off the ground. No, this motherfucker is half fish.
that's it.
He jumped off
that's
of water.
Flipper. His dad is Flipper.
For
Like,
sure. Dude,
His mom was in that weird Tim Leary experiment in the fucking 70s.
See, now you just take everything too far. You could have just said flipper.
I'm so excited for the Olympics this year.
Yeah.
Tokyo Summer Olympics 2020.
Dude, that's actually pretty cool.
What are you most excited for in the Summer Olympics in Tokyo?
Fucking judo's gonna be lit.
That's what I'm saying. Like summer, of course, like swimming. I want to see like records being broke and shit like that. Races are always a good time. But they also have like there's fencing and shit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Judo is gonna be like Japan's gonna go for like a sweep on that podium.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see some crazy martial arts. And there's like I think breakdancing is in this year.
What?
Yeah, they added some shit too.
Cool.
Really?
That's really cool.
Breakdancing?
I'm kind of down for that.
I just want to see Olympic
Better
level
than
breakdancing.
It's
You know what I
better.
mean? Like
it's
regular
better than
breakdancing.
fucking power walking. That's an Olympic sport.
Of course it is. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone, it's not power walking, first of all, you ignorant piece of shit.
Speed walking.
Is. No.
What?
It's race walking.
Fuck you. Is that the name?
Yep.
Fuck off.
Yep.
That's
Race
the name.
walking.
Race walking.
Yeah.
Yep. That sounds like you live in the South. Like I'm a race walker.
Yeah, I'm a gold medalist, Olympic athlete, race walker.
That sounds like someone who like goes like in Klan meetings and Black Panther meetings. They're like
That's where he gets his race
They're
walking.
they're like the blade of racism.
Able to go from barbecue to barbecue without nobody knows.
Oh my god,
A lot of people shit on the Winter Olympics, but I'm a big Winter Olympics fan.
Dude, it's crazy.
Winter Olympics crazy.
Yeah, I'm most of those individual sports I don't really care that much about, but dude, the Olympics are so cool. Every time they're put together, and there's like you get to be like a countryman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to be like, yeah, fuck you guys, USA #1. I mean, it's fun. And then there's like individual, like if you land on some kind of history with a certain player in a venue or something like that, those storylines are always a good time.
Yeah.
I like watching like the still like dictatorship or like those countries interact with the rest of the world at the Olympics because they're always like super like they put their best fucking foot that they have forward for the Olympics.
Yeah,
because that's like a propaganda generator. Like we're so good. We won this many medals at the Olympics. You know, like North Korea is crazy about like their Olympics program.
Right.
Like
I think it's funny Russia keeps getting caught for cheating too. Like consistently is happening.
It's like
in Russia they were like banned from their sport.
laughably happening.
Did you see?
Like, dude, just don't.
Did you see the shit they were doing in Sochi, or was it Sochi? Whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, all of them.
Well, like when they had the Olympics in Russia, they had built these fucking buildings just for the Olympics to be there, and their athletes would go in there.
It's like a marathon. Yeah.
They would pee in a cup. A little fucking door would open. They would hand it through, and somebody would hand them clean pee, and they would turn around and hand it to the person who was testing it. That is absolutely. They built secret fucking chambers to cheat.
Scooby-Doo level shit right there. Dude, Russia's like, fuck, we got the answer.
Man,
it was in 60s American
You know what though? You can't even be mad at them for that though, because it's like, okay,
no, it's game.
Yeah, if you're a known cheater in the Olympics, you've been doing it for years. People are going to expect you to do it. I would hope that you would do it at your highest level when it's in Russia.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I would hope that you would have some kind of get some engineers involved.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
That documentary was crazy though, right? Did you guys see that?
I didn't watch it, but I know which one you're talking about.
It was like they got the guy that orchestrated everything.
Oh, really?
To like come on camera, and he's like, "Yeah, this is how I did it," and then broke down a video thing. He's like, "Yep," just like went down the checklist. Then that year they got caught for cheating. Guys, I
think everybody should be taking as many drugs, especially if it makes you better at a sport. If it makes you faster, jump higher, hit the ball fucking harder.
I
want to see it. I want to see how far something can go.
Right. I want to see. Well, do this then. You know, because I want to see that too. Do a dirty and a clean division.
Nope. Fuck it. Fuck the clean division. These motherfuckers, if they want a game, they better fucking get on the sauce.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a fan of that. Like, I really am. Because honestly, like, if doctor regulated and everything as a performance-enhancing drug, there's a lot of stuff that makes you fucking way better.
It's worth a league at least.
Like, dude,
one league where enhancements are allowed.
That's fine. If we start with one, it'll take over across the board.
There's millionaires in Scottsdale like saucing up as male and like a male therapy, you know.
Oh yeah,
low T, and they're just fucking like raging right now. Like there's a guy on a billboard in Phoenix, and he's like a law attorney, and he's like
you can tell.
he's like tough on law, and he's got like he's next to a chopper like motorcycle. He's got these like fucking giant dumb arms and tiny little pencil legs.
Oh my gosh,
it's so good.
Jail body.
Yeah, it's jail body.
This guy's done time. You could tell. Yeah.
Yeah, watching McGuire and Sosa just fucking
dude, that was so fun.
Jack home runs.
Dude. Oh my god!
And then watching Bonds do it, I was like,
what was the thing we watched at Evangelistas on?
Oh, we watched the Lonely Islands parody of the Bash Brothers. Did you see that?
Have you seen that?
I don't think so.
Really good.
They did like a 30-minute music video on Netflix.
Okay.
About the Bash Brothers, so about Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
They've been doing a lot of like sports themed stuff lately, right?
It's so good.
Yeah, cool.
It's
all right,
so
I'll check it out.
Yeah, no, even on HBO, there's a funny one about tennis, like the longest match in history, which they're playing tennis for 7 days. I think it's
7 days.
Kit Harington.
Yeah.
And I think it's Andy Samberg. And then there's another one about the Tour de France, where it's just a fucked up thing of everybody's like juicing the whole time.
Yeah.
I think that's like Andy Samberg's in that. I think like John Cena's in that. Like Terry Crews, like all these ridiculous people.
That's hilarious.
It's so fucking funny.
Anything Terry Crews is in.
Yeah,
you got to see that.
Right.
Just. I mean, fuck. Like, if there's Emmy. Did you know there's Emmys for commercials?
Is it really?
There are. There's Emmys for commercials.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Does. But any commercial Terry Crews is in should always win an Emmy.
Especially those Old Spice ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were killing it for a while.
So good.
They really were. They've really gotten really strange.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's cool is I saw on Reddit the other day like how they were making one of those.
Uh-huh.
It was like a shot of the studio as they were filming it, and there was all these crazy set pieces flying in and out, and people were like on zip cords and shit. It was just like, it looks like a lot of production.
Insane.
Yeah, it's like one of those. It's like a Rube Goldberg of commercials. You know?
Dude, I have always wanted to make a Rube Goldberg. Just of whatever. Like, you know, like that. It's just, what a fun fucking thing.
Oh
like, that was probably my favorite thing on Jackass ever, is that they'd always end in the Rube Goldberg.
Yeah.
So good.
Setting everybody off. Yeah,
So
Mousetrap.
good.
That was like a sick ass board game for that reason. You got to set that whole thing up. You guys remember that? Was it called Mousetrap?
I remember the game Mousetrap. I never actually got to play a full game of Mousetrap.
Because what happens, you lose one tiny piece and the game is done.
That was the thing. Like, every time I went to somebody's house and they had Mousetrap, and I was like, dude, I've seen this commercial so many times. I want to play this game. And they're like, we're missing a piece. It doesn't work. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I had one myself, and after a while, I stopped playing the game itself, and I would just set it up and make it go off.
That's really dope.
You know what I mean? I was like, this is what we're here for.
This is what it's about.
Yeah.
We don't need all this other
fuck
fluff.
The game.
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm a grown man who watches like domino world record videos and stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, of course.
It's so good. Like, it's
the stuff they do with color,
I'm gonna
too.
embed one in this because it's just they're fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, watching dominoes for like 6 minutes go off,
dude.
It's pretty good.
Especially when you hit one and it paints like a picture.
Oh,
You see
yeah.
those ones.
Those are
Unbelievable.
ridiculous.
There's one where these kids like lined an entire gymnasium like stem to stern with dominoes,
Yes.
and they had all types of crazy shit go off, like
Damn.
different Nintendo characters, like they
Whoa.
were making pictures.
How do you find that
spelling
many
words.
dominoes? That's crazy.
I have no fucking idea.
Right?
Yeah.
You get
Amazon?
Mr. Domino involved?
Yeah, that's insane. I wonder if like you can't buy that much shit every single fucking time, right? Unless it's like, and you're gonna buy it to do it one time. Are you a professional like domino setter upper now?
Yeah, one kid with one dream was like, I don't have enough dominoes, but maybe if I meet people in the domino community,
we can
all
pool
get
our
together.
dominoes.
yeah, let's pool our dominoes and make
domino-
the biggest Pikachu anyone's ever seen.
It's a domino co-op.
I mean, if you're gonna make a Pokemon,
Yeah, hey.
it should be Pikachu.
Oh yeah, of course.
Why
of
not?
course.
Why not like Charizard or Mewtwo or like?
Mewtwo's a sick one.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he's like a fucking Pokemon god.
he's
Right.
pretty great.
He is Pokemon God.
especially cybernetic.
Oh yeah.
What?
Cybernetic Mewtwo is pretty hard.
Come on.
Yep.
Hard
metal.
as in like it gives you a hard dick.
A little bit.
You fucking
Little
weirdo.
bit. I mean, you know, why you got to shame? Why
Because
you gotta
your fucking weeb shit gets out of control.
You know, you baited me, and if I'd have said no, then you'd have hit me the other way.
Absolutely.
So you go fuck yourself.
100%. You were never getting out of this alive.
No, I know, and that's why I tried to be a yes and guy, and you fucking killed me for it anyway.
Exactly.
You
And now we
son of
found
a
out you
bitch.
jerk off to Mewtwo.
I
Look where it
mean-
got you.
You ever see Mewtwo with tits? It's not bad.
You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's got that cod piece. You know where everything
tail?
is. Yep.
He knows what he's doing.
Tail's hard.
He knows what he's doing.
Tail goes hard. It goes hard in the paint, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in the butt? Oh,
Yeah.
That's where the pain is.
That's the paint.
brown paint. Am I right? Am I right, guys? Brown
Hey.
paint. That's poop. Let's just touch one finger.
It can,
Okay.
it
feels
can be,
right.
It can be red too. It can be red too. Just saying.
I bet it is for you.
So sometimes we should actually introduce our guest here.
I was just trying to see how
Oh, yeah,
long.
fucking hell.
I was going to
Hey,
see
guys.
how long it took you
I
before you realized that we had not introduced
I
him
knew
yet.
the entire time.
Did you?
I was cognizant. I had a deep understanding of where
This is
we are.
probably the longest it's ever taken. Just FYI.
Yeah, we're good.
Shit, it's 18 minutes. All right, so we have Mr. Jeff Wiles here,
going on, everybody?
in from Brooklyn, New York,
That's right. Yeah.
and you originally started comedy in Phoenix, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I discovered. I was born and raised in Arizona, and I think I don't know. I was like 18, 19, 20, and I started playing with the idea of doing it. Back in the day, man, had to move out. You know what I mean? No, it was fun. Arizona scene. It's changed so much since I've been here.
Yeah.
It's really.
How long has it been?
How old are you now?
Did you move
Yeah.
away from here?
Let's see. I moved. I think I left when I was like 23
Okay.
and landed in Boston.
Yeah.
That was the initial move.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I want to do, it was around the time when I was, like, starting to feel guilty for not, like, going to college.
Yeah.
So I was like, I should go to, like, call it what you want, but I was like, I'm going to go to Boston for comedy college. Now, I
Yeah.
didn't take, like, classes, but I was just like,
Right.
maybe
Yeah.
if I'm going to go study comedy for 4 years straight, try and get a degree.
Yeah.
And then I'll graduate and go to the city. And, man, it was really good. Boston was crazy, though.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. I mean, I was there for like 2 record-breaking winters.
Jesus.
Ooh,
2 different records. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then
coldest and most snow.
exactly,
Yeah.
precisely.
Yeah.
The two, and it's like
The
so
two
crazy.
shittiest ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
both those records sound terrible.
Yeah, yeah. The most snow. That one was crazy. People were like legit having a problem getting rid of it.
I think I remember that.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It created like a wall around the city, so you could like. One time I remember like walking down the sidewalk, and you could just hear on the other side of this wall, there's just like cars like going.
That was neat. Like I said, anything can happen on this podcast.
I think it's safe. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Whoever else is here doesn't like you talking about this fucking snowstorm.
I know somebody remembers.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I mean, this house is supposedly haunted. People
Yeah.
say it is.
Well, hey.
I think that was just, it's hot, and I hung that with
lucky for being haunted by Pulp Fiction.
No shit.
haunted by Uma Thurman's eye gap.
Yo, dark hair Uma Thurman, she can haunt me any day. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Pretty hot.
fan.
So there was
Definite
like a fucking wall of snow.
Just crazy. Yeah, Boston was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, there was. I was there for the terrorist attack too.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
Jesus,
Oh,
the
shit.
fucking marathon, yeah.
Yeah, but there was like fun moments too. I was there for 2 Super Bowls and a World Series. That was cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff. You know what I mean? Very
That's
fun.
always a fun time when a city gets all jacked up about a sporting event and stuff like that.
You
and
know,
win.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I never really have been a baseball guy, but it's a lot of fun. Especially when people take so much pride in it.
Oh yeah, totally.
How big of a city is Boston?
It's so tiny. You wouldn't even actually believe it.
Really?
Yeah, it's very small. You can walk the whole city in like a day.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Boston proper.
Right.
But then you got like 1,000 towns outside
Yeah.
of Boston that are like legitimately not even 10 miles from each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like there's so many. I think I was living like 5 miles north of Boston when I was out there, like
Okay.
Boston proper. and that was 4 towns.
Oh Jesus!
Away, like it was
4 towns away.
Yeah.
And it was 5 mile. Actually,
That's what I'm saying.
Actual
like,
miles.
These towns weave and intersect, and
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
I was living in Saugus, and my bus stop was in Revere, and then my coffee shop was in Salem. You know what I mean? It was like they're all so close to each other.
Right.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, that was fun, and got to do some cool comedy out there. Thing with Boston though, the comedians cycle so frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like somebody will start comedy and move within the same year.
Okay.
It's bizarre because it's so close to so many different scenes too, where it's viable. You know.
Yeah, it's true.
Come
What
back
is
to
the
it and do
what's the
shows.
Boston scene itself like, or at least when you left?
It was good, man. There was a lot of It's weird because Boston's so like blue collar
Yeah.
and there is like such a, I don't know, like it is such like a blue state. Like you see so much representation, but it's like very hard nosed and like people wake up early. The city shuts down early. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like subways are done. If you're on a subway, first of all, they're not even open at midnight unless they're like extending hours. You know?
Okay.
They close pretty early. The whole city does. But the comedy scenes were always where late night shit was happening.
Right.
So it was a cool way to kind of get to know the city.
Yeah.
Because I was around, you know how it is,
Yeah.
late night theater spots or like bars with a sick vibe, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, you get to figure out all of a sudden you get to go to like where the colleges are and stuff like that. It was cool.
We had a friend that we had on the podcast in San Diego, Brian Glowacki. Did you ever run into him?
Potentially. Yeah.
He was a house MC in Worcester for a while, and then I don't know. He's still out there. I think he lives in Nantucket.
Okay, word.
Which I don't know how close to Boston that is, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, the city itself is pretty small. So it's pretty far from that. But it was good times, man. It was just like life stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went through so much like just like growing, living out on your own.
how long were you in Boston? You were in 4 years?
About 4 years,
Okay,
yeah.
so you're
Probably
you
like
get
4
there
and a half.
23 and then you get out it's 27.
Yeah, maybe it's 27, 28.
So then you
It had
go
to have been 28.
and then you go directly to New York?
Yeah, I've been living in Brooklyn since. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the move.
That's a pretty dope move though. Like do you miss like a really like a not having a harsh winter? Like you grew up out
not at
here?
all.
No.
Oh my God, it's so I have to be like so nice in the city when people are like complaining about the winter.
Yeah.
In New York City, it's like it'll snow like maybe like an inch and then be gone by the afternoon, and people are like, "Oh, this fucking weather sucks." I'm like, "You have no idea what I just left." You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you're not into the hellish sun out here?
I could do 6 more months of the New York winter, like no problem. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Boston set me up for winters. I mean, it was the worst winter.
Yeah.
It was like after that, it can't. Unless it's another record-breaking winter, you can't get worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Once it
It's
breaks that record, then
the most snow, the coldest, it's fine. I feel for my cousin though. She was living in Tucson.
Okay.
And she just moved out to Chicago.
Yeah.
This is going to be her first winter of her life, and I'm like, Chicago has it pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Chicago's not got a good winter.
It's just
Yeah.
fucking cold, right?
It's
It's just all that wind
Oh
blowing
my
off
God.
the lakes.
Yeah, it gets
It's
the
the
lake
wind is
effect.
the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, Chicago is not a fun place. I grew up in North Dakota, so
Oh, man.
that's why I'm here because I was
yeah.
fuck. I was in a freezer for
Yeah,
6
dude.
months of the year.
Yeah, half the year is shot.
Yeah, it's awful. And
So
it's just stark. It's bleak. Like
I mean, like, truth be told, I could have every single other season in Boston is like my favorite.
yeah,
Spring in Boston's beautiful. You got all these crazy Japanese flowers. They do the park. They got people that like rotate the flowers out every week or so.
Okay.
It's like gorgeous and it's clean.
Yeah.
And it's like old timey. You know what I mean? But anyways, fall, of course. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like all the trees. You can't
Yeah.
believe it. Summer is beautiful because it's like you have maybe like a week of gross weather.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it comes on so late.
Yeah.
Right.
And fall starts so early that you really have like, you know, it's like 3 weeks of summer or something like that.
That's pretty nice.
But it's like, the sun's out. Everybody's like losing their minds because it's been so cold for so long. So it's
Yeah.
just like people just come out of the woodworks.
yeah.
New York summer, not so great.
No?
No, New York summer sucks.
Really?
At least within the city, because it's just like so humid.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that
it
it's
just
not
smells
cool.
like- it
It's
just
like a
smells like
problem.
pee.
And there's just garbage everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're just like, ugh. It's just gross.
Yeah, I bet New York City stinks in the summertime.
Oh, it's hard,
bet
man.
it's
Especially down in the if you God
just
forbid you got to
fucking
take
smells.
a train somewhere.
Really?
And
yeah,
like,
well, there's people
they're
that live
delayed.
down in those motherfuckers. There's
Dude.
like the mole people.
oof, it's not. That's what's great about the winter.
Yeah.
because it's cold. You just go in the subway. It's fine.
Yeah.
Is it really warm?
Chicago, yeah, oh yeah, much. But Chicago, your subway is outdoors.
Yeah, you get the L.
Yeah,
Sucks,
that
dude.
that fucking
Fuck,
train
you kidding
sucks.
me?
That train sucks.
Nah, man, I'm not doing it.
No, that train sucks, dude. I
Like 20 with negative 20 wind chill or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
nah, fuck out of here.
yeah. So what was the coldest in Boston?
Oh, it was
Do you
just,
remember? You remember the temp?
Yeah, man. I mean, when I first went out there, I remember I had to get a job. I didn't know anybody out there.
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah,
nobody.
that's a rough move.
Dude, it was
At 23 too, like
bro.
you got stones.
Yeah. It might have been 24, 23, 24. But
Were you staying with a friend at all, or are you just
I moved out with a girl. I was
Okay.
dating. Yeah. Yeah, we were good friends. It was a good move.
okay?
Yeah, and we drove across the country, did a bunch of shows in the South, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? All the way up. But yeah, what were we talking about?
Getting a job, having to get
Oh,
a job.
man.
yeah.
Coldest winter.
Oh my God! This wasn't the coldest winter. This was just like the first job I had when I moved out there. Because I went out in like October, I think I got
Okay,
there.
so you went like kind of mid fall.
Yeah, and she did have family out there. We had a place like lined up, you know what I
Okay.
mean? Which helped. And then also like when I was like, I don't know what to do like work wise. Her uncle was like, you could just come work with me. He was, you know, like this is like construction. We're
Yeah.
like remodeling a house. It's like exterior work.
Yeah.
And stupid me, I was like, yeah. In October in Boston is the best. It's my favorite anywhere on the planet. It's beautiful. So I was
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah, outside, this is great. I love this. And it quickly got to like, I remember waking up like November.
Yeah.
Going to work when it was 1 degree.
Yeah.
fuck.
Like literally not even degrees. You can't even pluralize it.
Nope.
Just,
Yeah.
just the one?
Just
Just the
singular.
one for us today? Just one. Cool.
Better than zero. It's still
Barely.
better than zero.
It's 1 degree
Minimally.
better.
Yeah.
I used to work for a snowmobile race team. Like that was
Whoa.
my first job out of college.
That's a pretty fun one.
It was interesting.
Tech school?
Out of tech school, yeah. Out of
Oh, you said college.
sorry.
I was confused.
fucking asshole.
Got him.
Got him. I got an associate's from that tech school, so fuck you. Anyway, we went to Thompson, Manitoba in August, and that's like Arctic Circle. It was
Oh, word.
27 degrees. We made like the most perfect snow. It wasn't snowing.
Oh, yeah.
but at that temperature, you
Oh,
can
man.
make just
That's-
beautiful snow.
Right. That's fun.
Those big snow machines are a lot of fun to play with too.
What is it? They just got a big fucking tank of water that they suck out of? Or?
You gotta hook it up to like a natural water source. 'Cause it takes a lot.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
just fucking put it in a
shit,
spring.
Yeah,
You put a pump in a spring.
Yep,
And, yeah.
yep. And then
Cool.
you pump it to wherever, and then it's just all they are is
coating,
just a
so.
giant fucking fan.
Yeah.
With a bunch of little mister nozzles in them.
Okay.
And it just blows the water out, and the fan blows it into snow.
Does the work.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had to do construction outside in the cold because I lived in the mountains here.
Oh, okay.
So during the winters, like if we had a job that was outside and it had fucking snowed, it got into the 5s, you know?
Yeah.
And a few times, there was times I would have to just go fucking with a snow fucking plow
Yeah.
and clear out driveways just so that we could get in and do anything.
Yep.
But that was brutal because you had fucking 6 layers of clothes on,
Yeah.
fucking heat warmers in your boots and your fucking pockets and your gloves and everywhere, and you're trying to fucking do like finish work and shit, and it's like I'm a fucking snowman right now, like I can't move.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, that's
so bad.
That sounds so awful.
Yeah. It was not, not ideal. I had to find a new digs pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, when I was doing the snowcross stuff, like I did work for a company that had enough resources where we could bring stuff inside in a trailer, and we had like a shop in a trailer
For sure.
So that was nice. But dude, one time, anytime I had to use a porta potty, I mean that's all you had to shit in.
Yeah.
I would take a butane torch in with me, and it was dual purpose. It would kill the germs and heat the seat.
Right, yeah.
It was perfect.
Yeah, wow.
I went into a porta potty one time that was frozen over.
Oh no!
And I dropped my phone in there. And it was freshly cleaned out, and it was frozen over, so I had to reach down and grab it.
Did you hear it? You just heard it clank, and you're like, "Thank God!"
I was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much.
Thank you,
thank you that this is not immersed
thank you, cult Jesus,
in blue shit liquid right now, because that's disappointing."
Dude, I was. Do you ever done any like winter type activity, like
Winter
like,
Olympics? Have you ever done any Winter
No.
Olympics?
It's been a while since I was in the Olympics.
Have you
but,
ever? I don't know if you're a fisherman or not. I like fishing a lot.
I mean, I've been fishing, but
Okay.
I wouldn't consider myself a fisherman.
Have you ever been ice fishing?
No.
No, ice fishing. That's a fun one. Like
Yeah,
try
it looks sick. You got to like carve your own little hole.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's actually a good time. Find someone who does it. Like find a buddy that you can just kind of tag along with.
Yeah,
it's great. And they have like an ice house or whatever because it's a great time to just sit out and drink beer and bullshit and smoke some weed on a lake and catch some fish. It's a fucking lot of fun. But I was catching a fish and I had my cell phone in the pocket of my bibs. Just fucking reach down to get the fish. Bloop, right in the fucking lake.
Wow.
Right in the lake, and then I like lost the fucking fish at the same time.
Oh, that's a twofer.
It was just awful. No. It's just such a nut bunch. It's just like your phone. That was a Kyocera. I missed that phone.
Kyocera.
That was a great fucking phone, man.
It's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, just right to the bottom of the lake. Did it just go straight down?
Done. Those things were bricks. You could hit somebody with one of those.
Right, yeah.
Catch a charge.
I miss having a keypad on a phone so bad, dude.
Do you really?
I really do.
You want to go back to like a Razor?
I just wish that there was like not like a Razor, but like I always had those phones where it had like literally a full.
Yeah.
Oh, you
like
had
the
like
Blackberries?
Oh yeah, texting on those was
like,
sick.
What was it was the LG Envy? Do you have an Envy?
All those phones.
I had an Envy.
Remember the Sidekick too?
The Sidekick was such a dope thing because like when it first came out and it flipped. And, oh my god!
Bro, that was when chat rooms were hot. Too,
That was
you know what I mean?
right. Yeah, that was like big chat.
Yeah.
Like that was chat in its heyday. There were a lot of kids getting raped.
Yeah, a whole bunch. Jesus Christ! I don't know about. I mean, like cyber.
Yeah.
Cyber. They were typing it.
I mean, I gotta think that a few of those went through.
That's true. The meetups.
Yeah,
that's true. There's a whole show about that.
Yeah, Chris Hansen. I mean, there's a reason Sidekick was out when that show was at its height.
Right.
You know,
I always thought that was a weird area of television because it was like kind of entrapment.
Yeah, it's baiting.
Yeah, it was like cops, but
Chris Hansen.
Yeah,
it was public shaming.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I don't know. Now. I don't think that show's on the air anymore. To Catch a Predator.
I don't think so. No.
But there's like a lot of groups that go out and fucking just do it on their own.
Yeah. There's real life pedophiles out there.
Well, I mean,
there's a dude here in like Chandler who like gets in those chat rooms, like talks to these dudes, like, hey, let's go meet at the mall to fuck or whatever.
Whoa.
And like when they get there, he just sits there, he records them and he puts it on Facebook.
Yeah, and he's like, what are you here for? You're here to talk to a girl. This is like,
Whoa.
You're here to fuck a fucking 12-year-old. What's your problem, dude?
So there's vigilanteism.
Oh wow.
That's sprung up because of that, like, and people trying to kind of like. And honestly, I don't know. I'm not against it at all. Like, fucking go catch those bastards and make people see that they're shit people and they're trying to go fuck a 13-year-old knowingly.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
They should be.
People get like weird about it though. Like.
People get weird about it. What way?
Like,
imagine you're not the person that's trying to fuck a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
The guy runs over with the phone and is like, "Why are you here?" And you're just like eating in the food court.
Yeah,
you know,
I just really like Sparrow.
Yeah,
yeah. You're just like sitting next to the guy or like have the same hat or something.
Yeah, and he just like goes off on you.
Yeah,
that would suck.
Yeah,
that would suck.
Because also, I gotta imagine like
if they're not doing their research, then fuck them. All right, like
right, dude. Because like for sure, if somebody came over and just started accusing me of fucking a 13-year-old mall, like I'm probably gonna do something about it. You know,
honestly, though, like if you do that to me, like that's fighting words. Those are fighting words.
I mean,
you know, like
perhaps not fighting, but also like what do you like? That's so.
I'll fight him.
Fuck. That is such a ballsy move too.
Punch
to be
you in the face.
I suppose he has been setting
Fucking
up the
dare you.
conversations. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How fucking oh god, I'm sorry. By the way.
Right? No, you're not
Right
right.
about?
Rocco farted.
Well, fucking Rocco.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Rocco, we talked about this.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute since he's farted
It's
during
been
a
like 20 minutes since he's farted.
No, since he's farted during a podcast.
I don't think it has.
It
Oh,
has.
here it
He
comes.
hasn't farted for a while.
You stinky
I don't know
ass.
what Jeff did. It must have been
brought it
feeding
in,
him
man.
treats.
Yeah.
You feeding him little smokies under the table or something.
Yeah, I brought some from my pocket.
No,
Yeah, seriously, what do you feed him?
I don't know. I think he got into the cat litter box and he probably ate some.
Oh, that's even fucking worse.
These are like recycled farts.
Yeah, this is cat turds farts. This is cat turds that were shit into a box, and then your dog ate them and then farted them out. You know how fucking gross that is? I don't know why you're not puking right now.
Please, if you're listening, send help.
These were the last words ever from the Meat Sweats podcast. No one heard from them again.
They all died doing what they love.
Yeah, so this Arizona scene, I kind of want to talk to you guys about it, honestly.
Yeah?
Because it's been a while since I've been here.
It's gone through a lot of changes. Like, you know, shows come and go, and people come and go, and there's been a lot of people that have gotten out of here to move on to bigger and better things too. So, you know,
It's cool to see people putting on their own shows so frequently.
The independent scene it sounds like from when you were here, and even from when I first started,
When I was here,
really
there was-
grown.
When I was here, there was a lot of gatekeepers.
Yeah.
There's
you know?
not that many anymore. And I mean, like, the gatekeepers are now who they should be, which is like the bookers of the clubs.
Right.
Like, and I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm always working to get club time because
There's so many clubs out here, too.
There's a lot.
It's crazy.
You
I
know,
love it.
there's a lot you can work with. There's also like some tension between a few of the clubs. So that's that also like kind of draws a line in the sand for people that live here. But if you're just kind of bumping in, like, you know, it's a good place to come visit.
Yeah, I remember when I was working in a lot of Tempe and Stand Up Scottsdale and Stand Up Live, and
were you at the Stand Up Scottsdale Anderson's Fifth Estate Stand Up Scottsdale? Yeah. Okay. That was where it's kind of like where the first club I started in.
Right. Yeah. Early days.
Yep.
In fact, I was with him before he opened that spot.
You were at what was it? Chili Poppers or
Papi Chulos?
Papi Chulo. Okay, so you were at the original.
Yeah.
He had to go back there at one point. He had to go back to the fucking. So he had Anderson's, lost the Andersons, and then he had to go back to.
Really?
To Papi Chulos, and then someone bought the hotel, and they were just like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Right? Yeah, they were running a lot of shows there.
Yeah,
I remember for a while the Speakeasy Lounge.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
When
that stage was
Brian
cool, too.
Mullins had that there.
Yeah.
The Speakeasy was a fun fucking.
I'm not
time.
surprised, honestly, because it's a pretty good room for comedy.
was
It's like
cool.
small enough when the ceiling is low, where it's like if you hit, that room is gonna
Yeah,
explode.
well, it was really cool too because you could like pop on a guest set in Howard's room at Anderson's, and then you could pop back over to
Right?
Papi Chulo's and do a set at Speakeasy,
And they're like right next to each other.
yeah, it was
Beautiful.
so fucking dope. Like,
Yeah.
I did that a bunch of nights, and it was a lot of fun. Like, that was like, I got good at comedy there. Like, and I learned a lot of shit. I had to deal with kind of a fucking crazy person in Howard Hughes, but I love him at the same time. Like,
Yeah, I've never seen anybody like that.
No.
On stage like that.
he's a monster. He's a monster.
Yeah.
Honestly, I saw him the other night, and so it's been a long time. You know, like it hasn't had the club or anything, and
Yeah.
but he's still going up like here and there. And
I would imagine.
I saw him at the lounge, and honestly, he was funny.
Yeah.
It was really fun. I
Yeah.
had a lot of fun watching him, and I was just like, "Fuck yeah, that's actually really great to
Dude,
see."
that's the thing. That's what's so like
That's what I love about comedy.
divisive.
Yeah.
Is like when he's focused and clear thought, like dude, he hits hard.
He's really funny. Like,
But oftentimes you're not so focused.
I
you know?
think.
And that's
Well,
kind of-
I mean,
It's the issue.
I know that he's made a lot of changes in his life.
Yeah.
And for the better, for sure. Like he's slowed down a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus, stop sucking his dick.
He's a good guy.
Damn
He's
it.
a good guy.
No, I just had him on. I just interviewed him for I think my January episode of my podcast.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been meaning to have him on
chat.
here. I've been meaning to have him on here because I've known him for as long as I've done comedy. So
Right, exactly. He gave me all my first opportunities.
He's
He let
done
me
a
open
lot
for like my
me
heroes.
actually. So I got to
pretty
give
dope.
him props for that.
Yeah, of course.
Howard actually did a lot for the comedy scene.
So
as much as
much.
people like to talk shit, like
So much.
he gave a lot of people opportunity.
Dude, that room was wild too.
Dude, and then they had the side room there too.
Right?
Like,
Come on.
it was called the Taffy room. I don't know if it was called that.
I mean, I thought whoever was running the show had the name.
Yeah. So when I was there, it was called the Taffy room, but
okay.
there was some crazy fun shit that happened there.
Yeah, man. Also, like that. Not only, but that place was just like a new venue, so they would like book. Like immediately after the comedy show, they would book like a goth rave night, and so the merger, the leaving of the one audience and the arrival of the other
That's
was
hilarious.
so funny.
That's so much fun.
What a fucking mix.
Yeah, right. Yeah, classic, man.
When that place was first new, was the plumbing still bad?
Dude, yeah. And you know what's funny? Howard was never. I don't think he ever appreciated the humor behind it, but the comedy spot would often call the fire marshal on him. So like in the middle of the show, they would have to stop the show so a fucking fire marshal would come through and like check the lights and shit. You know what I mean?
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Christ.
a pretty heinous act, but also
Yeah.
a pretty good prank
Dude,
if
they
you're a
had-
rivaling comedy.
They had a real feud going for a minute
Oh, yeah.
there. Like,
Yeah.
like Howard and Dillingham they fucking hated each other.
Yeah.
Howard used to call him the hamster for some reason.
Yeah, the hamster cage.
It's just like, it was just. It feels like the good old days, you know.
Yeah, that's why it was really refreshing to see all these independently run shows outside of the clubs.
Yeah.
Because there was only very few.
Like a handful.
Yeah.
Was Monkey Pants a thing when
Monkey
you were?
Pants.
Yeah. That-
Monkey Pants and Hidden House were like my lifeline in the comedy scene for a while.
Yeah. I watched both of those die. It
Yeah.
was very sad.
Yeah.
It was very sad because Pants was another place where I got a lot of really like good time and
Pants was always sick to me too.
yeah. So it was just like I was actually in the months leading up to its departure. I was the one hosting it, so
Yeah, of
there's
course.
a
Well,
part
that's
of me that feels like I killed it.
That's the beautiful thing about Monkey Pants is that like that thing lived and died so many different times, and so many different like comedians like tried to like
Yeah.
take the mantle and like, no, let's not let this stage die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the thing is like every week, it's hard to do weekly comedy.
It is
fucking
It
brutal.
it's brutal.
It's not every week that it's going to be hit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And sometimes when the comedy is really strong, the audience isn't strong. And
Yeah.
sometimes the audience is really strong and the comedy's not strong. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
But it's always worth. I don't know. For me,
I think that's
obviously speaking as a comedian, I'm like so defensive of like a good stage, and that stage was sick. That room was fire. Yeah, dude.
It's the best. Honestly, I care to say that Monkey Pants is one of the best stages in Phoenix.
Dude, it was so
other
fun.
than like a Valley Bar. Like Valley Bar's a really good.
Also,
comedy
Third
stage.
Space is closing down.
Yeah.
That's
Damn,
so
man.
sad.
We're so we're doing a live podcast as the last fucking event.
Oh,
And
really?
Actually,
Yeah.
this will probably be out either close to or like right
Go
after.
to Third
it.
Space. It's a cool bar.
Go to, like-
Great art spot.
So dope. I'm so sad.
There's so
that
many
they're
cool
closing.
pieces.
So you know what happened?
What? I know.
So there was like a tattoo shop. It was like Electric Needle, I think is what it is. And they either owned the property or they bought it and then sold it, like, and flipped it,
Oh wow.
and just had everybody kicked out. Like,
Dang.
Are they kicking out the ice cream shop too?
I think Novel was a part of the deal.
That they get to stay?
No, I don't know if anybody's staying.
Oh.
I think they just flipped it to like they bought it, like, oh no, we're gonna keep. They told the person they bought it
Yeah.
from, and then they flipped it to a developer or some shit like
Oh,
that.
That's fucked.
That's always the hard part about, like bar shows that
Yeah.
for like a good bar show, you're still like,
This is a solid bar show, dude.
that's what I mean. what I'm saying, like putting one on or like going to one.
Yeah.
Because usually bars don't turn to comedy until they need some seat, like they need people in seats.
Yeah.
So it's like either, not always, often. I'll take a couple steps back and say once in a while you go to a bar show that the reason there's a comedy show is because you can see that the bar is about to close.
Yeah.
And that creates a weird energy. But it sucks, man, because that bar was popping too. It's not like
Absolutely.
No,
it's not like this is one of these bars where it was like, shit is low. No, it's like they got a sick patio.
The owners, Richie and Jenna, just they liked comedy.
Yeah.
And like Richie had told me, he's like, dude, I love having comedy shows here when I booked it, because this was just like a sudden thing that happened, obviously. So
yeah, it's not. It sounds like you're saying they're selling it, so it's not like it's.
yeah, it's just a real kick in the pants for them. And I mean, the guy poured his heart and soul into the business too, and that's why it was a special spot. You know, like it's rare to see that, because a lot of shit that you do go to and you do purchase from is this giant corporation bullshit where
Well, even outside of it being like a dope comedy show, like within the bar, there's like so many different artists that have stuff on walls.
there was
even the wall art, the fucking music and shit that happened there all the time. They did
so
so
if you
many
listen
different
in,
like music stuff.
Go check it out. Take some photos before you leave. You know what I mean? Get some grams there.
the property itself, I guess it's an old World War II property.
Oh, really?
They were like those were like in the little houses, little row houses. They're like internment houses.
Whoa.
Yeah, for like Japanese internment.
Oh shit.
Yeah. There's a lot of that shit.
You should still go check it out, though.
I mean, it's historical.
Right.
There's a lot of that shit in the Southwest, though. That's kind of where they shipped all the Japanese people in
it's pretty
World
wild.
War II.
Kind of the only area that would like allow stuff like that. They're like, what are they, like Chinese Indians? Yeah, bring them over here.
Sure, we'll take them. We get spots.
Yeah.
We got spots.
We got lots of desert land.
Yep.
Right.
See that patch over there? It's kind of green because there's a little water. Yeah, there.
It's yours.
Have
Don't
fun.
leave.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Don't
Not
worry.
like you
Don't worry.
actually could.
Don't worry. We'll close the gate when we're done building the fence.
Yeah. Good lord.
Yeah, it's crazy that like that happened here. You know, like I don't know. I've said it before, and Matt's yelled at me about it, but
What?
you just like when you think of World War II, you think of all the bad shit, and it all happened away from the United States. It wasn't internal, right?
Yeah.
But then you like realize that no, they interned Japanese and anybody who looked Asian, and then they essentially turned the country into a war machine. And had all this manufacturing like retool, and they had fucking women working in manufacturing plants, like making guns and making all this crazy shit. Like they had everybody that they could working, you know, like it was.
Yeah. I don't know that America's ever been really known for its race relations.
No.
You know?
No. Yeah, not good at it.
No, still not. Still not. 2019, still real bad.
Yeah.
Dicey times.
I mean, dicey's a real nice way of putting it.
It's trying to be.
Ugh. Being in New York, what's kind of the vibe out there, like politically, I guess. Do you pay attention to that?
Yeah, people were trying to get the fucking girl from Sex and the City as the mayor of the city. You know what I mean?
No, Jesus.
Wait,
yeah, she was like running against Cuomo.
I
I forget her name.
Sarah Jessica Parker?
No, not Sarah Jessica Parker.
It was the brown hair chick, right?
Yeah, Kennedy. What's her name?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Whatever.
Yeah. She was legitimately running for
Yeah,
mayor.
she got votes. I voted for her.
Wow.
Did you really?
Yeah, just because like it doesn't matter.
Good
you know? You know? It's just
Good for you.
just a goof. You
This is
know?
all ridiculous.
This is very good.
Yeah,
That's
she's not gonna be Como. Come
You
on, this
know
guy's a
what?
fucking politician.
You
She's
know
like-
what? That's what people said about Trump.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But also, New York, it would be fun to have Sex in the City. That's what I mean. Like
that would be pretty great.
It's so well established. You got to know. You gotta have so much power and know exactly what to do to change something. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
What a crazy
The system is designed that you can't fuck shit up.
What a crazy fucking like. Could you imagine being in that office, like the literally like one of the biggest cities in the world, and you're the mayor of it. You're the fucker.
Yeah, she's like
Like,
"What?" Yeah.
Why is that? What is that gross
that just
to you?
gives me like indigestion.
Because you can't deal with power. Power makes you sick.
Yep.
Oh.
No,
That's
power really fucking creeps me.
That's too
Gives
bad.
me the.
You're in the
Gives me the
minority on that
jeebers.
one. I'm just saying.
Like
Most people
I know.
fucking jerk
Most
off
people
to power,
love it.
so they're just
Power's-
trying to get some more power so they can come
Dude,
more.
Power
and-
gives me like fucking badness. Like I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel weird.
The hobbits were good-hearted people. I mean, they didn't really do any fucked
We're
up
very
shit.
passive. We're very passive.
They
People.
just wanted to smoke their pipe weed,
Buddy,
drink their
buddy,
ale,
that's-
and live in a hill.
I can't
mean,
drink the ale anymore.
But you're
I
still
had to
smoking
give
the
it- I
pipe
had to
weed.
give it up. I had to give up the ales.
I was Cynthia Nixon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cynthia Nixon.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
Kennedy, Nixon. I knew it was one of the dead ones.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's why she didn't. She didn't have a prayer.
Yeah.
That last name. Come
Tell me about
on,
it.
you can't let that back into a public office.
Yeah.
You saw what happened.
Yeah.
Apple doesn't fall that far.
How do you
Never
even know, how do you
does.
even know that they're related?
I don't know.
You're just making assumptions right
I
now.
am.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
care.
making us sound like a dumb podcast.
We are a dumb
We're a
podcast.
smart podcast.
No, just because you have a Juris Doctorate doesn't make the podcast smart,
It absolutely
asshole.
does. It absolutely does. There's a lot of work I have to do to make up for your tech degree. But you know what? I put in that work, buddy.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's cool. I like the vibe out there, you know?
Yeah.
It can be, in the current state of affairs with the stages I have access to right now,
Yeah.
it's pretty difficult comedy-wise,
Okay.
especially in Brooklyn, because Brooklyn is this weird type of progressive where, like, it's like everybody moves from the Midwest to, like, see how progressive they can be, so they move to, like, New York.
There you go.
And then it's just like insane shit that like it doesn't even make sense, but
Yeah.
everyone's just, and it's just like, you know, gentrification, just like certain areas is like the wrong kind of white people took over, you know what I mean?
And
like-
not even like the classically wrong type of white people. Like,
Yeah, it's just
like trailer park white people, but like the extreme opposite of that.
motivated.
Yeah.
Motivated social justice warriors.
Ugh.
That's too much.
Can be the audience, which is a shame because sometimes I want to perform in these LGBTQ rooms,
Right.
Yeah,
because I feel if I'm going to joke about something, I should
you should be able to joke about it in front
with
of the
them.
people.
with the
them.
audience that
With
it's
them, yeah.
about. But oftentimes, what will happen is some straight white lady will
I mean, honestly,
ream me a new one afterwards.
anytime-
Meanwhile, people in the community are dying.
yeah.
Like I'm like,
anytime I've had like a joke where it was a joke that's a racy joke that I was telling or something like that.
yeah,
In the community that it was about, it was an accepted joke. But then,
Right.
like you say, like if it's just a bunch of white folks, they
Yeah.
tighten the fuck up instantly.
yeah, and it's also like this. I don't know. Certainly, some of this, you know, we've all heard jokes where you're like, "Oof, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, dude!
absolutely.
I cannot believe
Definitely.
that this motherfucker is saying this."
Definitely.
Yeah. But like, I know, like, I not trying to like flex some ego, but it's like I've been doing this for damn near 10 years. Like,
Yeah.
believe me that I know how to do a joke. You know what I mean? And that you're coming off of Facebook from the bar to hear this. Of course, you're going to be mad.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like
But
you tuned in.
too much
Yeah.
to like.
You tuned in when I said one thing.
Yeah, there's no appreciation for like saying wild shit.
I have this joke that's got like a whole setup, and at one point I say,
Your jokes have setups? That's fantastic.
you know,
Nice. He's learning. You got him down.
Is that a flip flop? Did I just get flip flopped?
Yeah, I got it.
That is a horrible insult in the country of Iraq. I just want you to know that.
Yeah. Remember they
another
tried to
one.
get Bush?
I do.
Dude, he was dodging those things though.
I rewound that thing probably 20 times.
Wait, they threw
howling
flip-flops at him?
hysterically.
No shoes.
A shoe.
They threw their
It's like
shoes at
the
him?
highest form of disrespect.
Yeah.
You just like throw your shoe at somebody. And this dude hucked both of his shoes. And my man dodged that shit like he
Yeah.
was playing dodgeball. He was
Yep.
so crazy to watch.
It was so goddamn funny.
Yeah. Also super funny.
So funny.
But I'm telling you, he was like laser focused.
He
Like,
was. He was like
in the pocket. Like there was like a head bob.
This is going in.
He's got them cocaine reflexes.
Dude, he really did. He really did.
How much
Man.
coke do you think Bush did while in office?
In office, not a lot. When
No.
he was fucking partying in college in his 20s and 30s
Yeah.
and like being rich and shit,
Yeah.
probably a good
Probably
amount.
a lot.
Yeah.
But not in office, you don't think?
Not as much as Trump's
No.
doing right now.
You think
That's a good
Trump
point.
does blow?
Actually, you know what? I just learned that he's like, what,
He's-
73?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't do anything.
I didn't realize
Like
how old he
sober.
was.
He's sober.
We should put his age next to every single tweet that he sends out. On Twitter, it should list your age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when some wild shit gets said, you can be like, this dude was 15 when he said that. Why are we flipping the fuck out? Or when he says some wild racist shit, be like, yeah, dude, this guy's 73. What the fuck do you think they're talking about?
Yeah. I mean, I'm
unbelievable.
I don't think it justifies. No,
it's not justification. It's like I also just hate seeing Twitter,
a crazy
like a
old
Twitter
man.
feed on the news. I'm like, you guys
really obnoxious.
really have nothing going on.
They have
it's like
Trump's Twitter feed on the.
well, just
every day.
every single day. It's like the graphic that they throw to is a tweet.
Yeah.
Did they?
It's like
so did you guys
so
see the
embarrassing.
Supreme Court? The Supreme Court found it unconstitutional for Trump to block people on Twitter.
That's funny.
Like, how fucked up? Like, that's where we don't have enough shit to do. Like, the Supreme Court's having to make a decision about this.
Yeah.
Seriously, fucking make his life as hard as possible. I mean, if he's going to be an asshole, yeah, absolutely. He should have to hear what people have to say about it. If he's going to use the platform to spout his just insane, crazy old rich man bullshit.
Yeah.
Then he should have to hear back from people who it's actually like affecting.
Yeah,
you
you
can't
really
just be
shouldn't.
like,
No, you can't be.
The problem is every once in a
like
while,
that.
with like his comments, I find that the hard part for me is every once in a while he really fucking makes me laugh.
yeah,
Every once in a while, he'll do some
like,
shit. Where
fuck, you got me.
Yeah, where I'm like, this motherfucker. Not obviously not on his like. I'm talking about when he's like roasting celebrities and shit like that. Like when he's called what's her name, like the most washed up actress in the. Oh my god,
Did
it's
he
so
say that
funny.
too?
I was like dying. Like our president is roasting like
he does.
Oscar-winning actresses. You know what I mean? Like what a weird time.
He does just say the most ridiculous shit about people, which is just it is pretty.
And to like invite Kanye to the White House to like bang on the desk. I was like, dude, this guy's
To bang
hilarious.
on the desk.
No, I mean, like, did you see that interview?
No.
He like goes, hey, I mean, honestly, it looks like fun. He's just like,
I feel like I gotta watch more Trump shit just to get laughs off of it.
Dude,
Like,
I'm
it
telling
sounds
you,
like
every
it's
once in a
better sounds like it's better than most comedy
dude, he's the
specials.
best working comedian right now.
I've heard people say that. I've definitely heard people say that.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining.
Yeah, but the problem is like
He's
know
the
he's
president.
doing actual damage, and you can't like laugh at everything. But
No,
every once in a while,
seriously,
it's like, oh shit, this dude got him.
Oh yeah, no, he's doing fucked up shit. But I mean,
I think legitimately the way you beat this guy in a debate, you have to have a writing staff. You have to have comedians on your writing staff to have roast ready to put this fucking guy in his place.
Yeah, you just gotta throw him back at him.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
you can't like go like no, let's take the high no, fuck
No, you
no.
gotta
Like
go-
this dude
you
took
gotta
the
go
gloves
get
off.
in the
That's how he got in office.
You
So
gotta
now
go
you
get
got
in
to
the
bring
mud
it.
with this motherfucker,
Yeah.
and you gotta slang.
That's what it is now.
Honestly, who do you think? Who's running? Has that been announced at all?
I mean, they're doing all the Democratic debates and stuff right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's like they got like so many nominations.
I
though.
really hope Elizabeth Warren gets in there. That's just kind of.
Why? So that you can go get pussy? So you can be like, I voted for Elizabeth Warren. Who
No.
wants to suck my dick.
No, honestly, like when I actually did go to college.
Tech school?
No, college.
Oh, okay. You did
I
go to
did
college?
go to
for a little while?
college.
Okay.
I did actually.
Get out?
Huh?
Did you get out?
Yeah.
Did you drop out?
Alive.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I did drop out.
Just wanted to clarify that.
Yep. I live in the American dream here.
Yeah.
But I had a poli sci teacher that he had me interested in politics.
Yeah.
At that period in time.
Yeah.
And she was just kind of like coming into like the scene of politics.
Yeah. Just like comedy, there's a politics scene.
Right.
There is like
There
the
is.
political arena, if you will.
I know a lot of people who have like gone that way and started out doing like internship for campaigns. and
Yeah.
Progressively just watching their social media of them taking on more and more responsibility, which is also like watching a comedian who you did an open mic with, like is okay. He's doing some stage time.
Yeah.
He's going out of town to do, some road shit,
The most. Yeah. I don't,
That's really funny.
it really is very
A politician is just a fucking
You find a headliner.
straight edge open micer.
You find a headliner who wants to take you on the road to either write for them or manage shit for them. I mean, it's all It's all the same fucking business.
That's hilarious.
They're just saying fucking people to win people over, just like we are.
Yeah, I've worked events where it's a guy getting votes in a private house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like $1 million house,
Yeah.
but still, he's like just there to shake hands and kind of speak about the things that are important to him.
Yeah.
Full of room, full of people, and take money for the campaign. And people are like, "Yeah, I'll cut you a check. Sounds good to me."
That sounds like the life, doesn't it?
Yeah, but then you gotta like, as a comedian, when you're done, you can just be done.
Yeah.
You get to like go
Yeah,
home.
you gotta.
But that guy, when he's done, he's like, "Fuck, now I gotta go do what I talked about."
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's gotta go fucking read stuff.
I have to try to convince other assholes who people paid them a shit ton of money to get the things they passed,
Right.
to fucking go against that.
It's like
to
the
go
work.
over-
Yeah, the work begins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Seriously.
Comedy's way better, dude.
Yeah, no, it is.
We can just
No,
talk about
it-
change.
it
We don't have
is.
to do anything.
Yeah, we really don't have to do
Yeah,
anything.
it's sick.
We just get to fucking lampoon change.
Spread the word.
So you ran a show in New York? Do you still currently run a show in New York?
Yeah, I got a show in the East Village. If you're ever out there, we do. Right now, it's a monthly
Okay.
because we're just getting things off the ground. But it's sick, dude. New York, you get access to all kinds of.
They're letting you leave the rug now?
Yeah, we're leaving the rug now, dude.
I love that. I was talking to him the other night, and he's telling him, like
Oh, just
when you first started the show.
I was talking to Anwar about his show rug.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I love the show rug.
Yeah.
Great move. We got one for our show, but I had to like lug it all the way from Brooklyn across like into the subway, across a bridge. You know what I mean?
Jesus
With this massive
Christ.
rug. It's like, it's like 3 feet taller than I am. So I'm
so much commitment.
dude, I got to carry it on my shoulder. It was terrible. And the first night, we left with it because I was like, I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah.
And it was such a disaster that I had to like talk to the bar and I'm like, can I please leave this rug somewhere? I'll find a place for it. They're like, yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. But the first night, dude, I went home thinking I was going home with it. My friends convinced me to go to a bar, but I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this rug?
Jesus
And so we went to a couple different spots before we convinced like some fucking bouncer guy that the rug was like too expensive to be left outside. Meanwhile, it's like a $20 fucking rug. I was like, hey man, this is hot merchandise. I can't leave this on the street, dude. What do you want me to do? I'll stand here. My friends can drink. You're gonna have to talk with me the whole night.
$5,000 Persian rug, sir. How
Exactly.
fucking dare you?
Dude, we played it off too. I brought it in. I leaned it up against people like, oh, that's a nice rug. Where'd you get it? I was like, I can't talk about it. I'm not at liberty to say.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
A fucking rug guy, of course.
Yeah.
Hysterical.
You don't think I got a rug guy?
Yeah.
fucking rug
It's a beautiful
guy.
thing about the city too. You can pull it off.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
just gotta be.
People
you
are like,
just
right?
gotta-
No, I remember I had a rug guy in
I got you.
'73.
I got you. Fuck, that's hilarious. I just that's dedication though. Like
Yeah.
I the second I heard that I fucking lost my mind. I was like, there's nobody out here fucking with shit like that. Nobody's taking a fucking rug through a goddamn subway for a show.
Yeah, man.
Like we need fucking more chutzpah out here. That got
it's
me
fun,
that
though.
got me like that fired me up. I like that.
Yeah. I had a cool show in Boston too. I had a couple shows actually. We got to do a show at a theater, the Somerville Theater.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in Somerville. Cool kid part of town. You know what I mean?
Okay.
go.
And I finally perfected my.
Was it
my
like a black box or?
I mean, it was like 200 seats.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but it was just one. Maybe like 160.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still a big room.
pretty big.
Pretty big room.
One floor, but still like built-in seating, like a proper theater, a sound booth in the back, stage, curtain, the whole bit. You know.
Dope.
Yeah, it was cool. And then right around the corner there was a comic book shop.
That's comic book shops are kind of dope spots. Like,
Dude, you know what?
depends on the vibe of the shop, but at the same time,
When I was out here, I did a comic book shop show, and
Hey. No barking.
I did a couple of them, but I just couldn't get. The comic book shop was sick, and they let us do it, but there wasn't a stage. There wasn't
Yeah.
like it was just kind of like a weird. Like it was just like doing comedy in a retail space.
Right.
But this comic book shop, Kamikaze, had a space in the back where they would do like card tournaments and
Yeah.
stuff. So it was
Yeah.
meant for tables and chairs and stuff. And so we just put up a light, put the show in the back. It was like 40 people, standing room
yeah.
only. Dude, it was great.
That's dope.
Yeah, that was fun too.
Yeah.
Couple shows.
Yeah, like if you can find a spot that's got a vibe, it doesn't have to be a bar.
Right.
But if you find a spot
helps.
that's just got a really fun, interesting vibe that people come to because they like being there.
Right.
Like even like there's a video game place that I have always kind of wanted to put a show in.
For sure, dude.
And just I've always wanted to do a show in a strip club. To be perfectly
right,
I've always wanted a strip club.
That
show.
energy's like that matches up great.
It's a weird energy, and I want to have like strippers involved.
Of
like
course.
I think it'd be
hosting probably, right?
I don't know if hosting, or I kind of want like strippers to judge, and then like they punish the comics.
Oh, there you go.
Based on
look at you freak.
how much. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. That would be mine.
They pee on the comic they like the most.
Yeah, well, yeah. That.
Congrats, you win. Now get over here. Sit down.
They got one of those. Remember that rocking chair that
I do remember the rocking chair.
Yeah.
we at one point we had. There's one of our friends in the scene is a very, very gay comic. Ray Howard.
Well, thanks for outing him on the fucking podcast. Jesus Christ, I don't think he appreciates that.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't give a fuck.
I know.
It's free
I was
advertising.
fucking with you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, Ray came on the podcast, and then he took us to the gay sex store.
Oh wow.
Like,
Okay.
there's
the specific one.
No.
Yes,
it's,
this is
Okay.
specifically like a gay men's sex store.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did we learn?
Lots of great things.
lots and lots of things.
Nice.
They had this fucking rocker. Like, this thing was like this tall, and
adjustable that it could go up high.
Yeah, it could go up. It had like
Oh, wow.
the little
The rocker.
like the crutch, like the little push button like crutches mechanism. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. No.
Anyway, so it was like a little rocker, and it sat that tall. It was adjustable, and then it had a toilet seat
And some handles.
and some handles. on it.
wow.
And it was a chest pooper. You know. It's
Wow.
like
A whole rig, huh?
Yeah, it was a
Where do you
squat-
put that thing?
I mean,
in your chest pooping room.
Yep. Wherever you're pooping on chest, right
Right.
next to that fucking weird bondage cross thing that they all have.
That's what I think about when I see some of this equipment. I'm like, damn, you got to have like a separate room that you're doing freaky
Yeah.
shit in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that's like you're kitting out a part of your house for that.
Yeah.
Like,
You know?
and I mean, let your freak flag fly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
No, for
but-
sure.
Geez,
It's just
that's
nice
all.
to have the
I mean, I
space.
wish I had that type of disposable income. Like, how do freaks have this type of disposable income?
Dude,
when
I
they
wish I had the
invest?
space to be that freaky.
I
I
know.
can't hang a sex swing in my room.
That's what I think. That's why I keep myself a minimalist. Like,
Right.
I can't have too much shit.
Yeah,
'cause
you
then
get
I'm
missionary only because that's all
Yeah.
we have room for.
That's all we can do. That's all we maybe flip over for doggy every once in a while.
Yeah.
Depends on how we're
We'll
feeling.
open a window.
Yeah. Oh, put a fan on.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make sure it's a horizontal shot.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah, New York's been sick. The show's been fun. Definitely, if you come around, got to check it out.
I'll have to make a trek out there
Yeah.
at one point. I'm just not a fan of the East Coast. I just don't like going that direction.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you.
Yeah,
Just inviting you to the show.
I
you
feel
know?
you.
Yeah.
I'll be out there one day.
Yeah.
Someday.
For sure.
Someday. I honestly, I'm not a traveler. Like, I traveled when I worked for the race team, but like as far as it goes, getting away from home is kind of tough for me at this point.
Right.
So I'm trying to break out of that and
Nice spot
get
like
out
this.
more.
You don't want to leave? Come on.
I know. That's what it is.
I'm digging it, man.
That's what it is. Jeff Wiles, where can people find you on the internet?
Yeah, just Jeff Wiles on Instagram. Yeah,
Perfect.
WILES, bada bing on Insta. I do have if you're into podcasts, I do have a podcast myself.
Awesome.
Okay.
Smells Like Radio.
Okay.
Love it.
It's a monthly, and that's on iTunes and Spotify.
Okay.
Check it out. I just finished the first season. Second season is I'm editing. I just had Anwar.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to chop up his interview, throw some tracks on, and put that bad boy out. Season 2, debut, baby.
yeah.
Dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
Thanks.
We'll definitely link that in the comments. And
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Thanks so much, man.
Oh,
thanks
dude,
for being
thanks
here.
for having me. This is a lot of fun.
That was a good one.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. And if this is out, please come to Meat Stravaganza. And if Meat Stravaganza has already happened when this comes out, thanks for fucking coming to Meat Stravaganza. You guys rock.
Ba bing.
I love it. I love you guys. Bye.
Meat Strap,